In the autoclaved aerated concrete production, the following materials are used: sand, anhydrite, quicklime, cement as a binding agent, aluminum powder or spread as a gas developing agent, and water. Sand has the biggest percentage in the raw mass production. Lime and cement are responsible for strength of a finished product. Aluminum powder, spread, helps in the fermentation process and pore formation. Precise choice of composition has the crucial influence on the properties of the end product and its quality. At the Kuban walling plant, the production of autoclaved aerated concrete is realized with the help of equipment of a German company Wkb Systems GmbH. Completely automated production line Wkb guarantees production of 300,000 cube meters of high-quality blocks of autoclaved aerated concrete a year. Before the next processing step, sand is milled in a ball mill and mixed with water. For every mixing process, raw materials are added separately into weigh containers and then go to the mixer in a strictly specified order where they are mixed to homogeneous mixture. A definite quantity of autoclaved aerated concrete mixture is poured from the mixer in a casting mold which is already oiled. Hardening of mass happens at precisely defined temperature conditions in a heated chamber during 2.5–3 hours in order to stiffen and increase the volume. Thus, autoclaved aerated concrete consists of 80% air and only 20% solid particles. Wkb casting molds are specially designed for gentle and of high-quality separation of a cake from the mold. There is a portal device used for mold detachment from the base. The cake is moved very carefully to minimize possible damages, which can only be seen after the autoclave treatment of AAC blocks. Now, the cake is quite soft, that is why it can be calibrated and cut into blocks of preferred shapes and sizes without much effort. The cutting line Wkb CL1 guarantees perfect quality of cotton and consists of the following key parts: pre-cutter, 2 tilting devices, vertical cutter, horizontal cutter and cross cutter. On the section of pre-cutting, a slope of the horizontally placed cake is cut at right angle. Then the cake is tilted at 90 degrees by the first tilting device on the cutting board, so the cake is standing upright. In the vertical cutter, the sides of the cake are cut, the length of the block is worked out and tongs, grooves, are inserted. The height of the block is made on the section of horizontal cutting. Pneumatically tensioned steel wires of the horizontal cutter are placed at the angle 0–60 degrees. This prevents the material from breaking off while leaving the cutting wire. Tensioned wires of the cross cutter, placed depending on the block's size, move in the opposite direction with oscillated movements. They go through the cake from up-down and cut consequently the width of the AAC block. Finally, the head sides of the cake are straightened with a groove cutter. Cutting wastes are forwarded to the section of returned material processing. If necessary, grip pockets can be cut with a recess milling device. The top cutting layer of the cake is sucked with a vacuum and falls later into the cutting trough to be forwarded to the production again with the help of a drag chain conveyor. During second tilting process, the cake is turned at 90 degrees onto the autoclave pallet. Autoclave pallet is placed on the autoclave carriage with a gripping device. Autoclave carriages move to autoclave treatment section by means of frictional wheels. Loading and unloading of an autoclave is realized with a traverser. Autoclave could be loaded with 18 AAC cakes. The process of autoclaving occurs at pressure of 12 bars and temperature 190 degrees, so the autoclave aerated concrete obtains its final physical-chemical characteristics. The full process of autoclaving lasts for 12 hours. After autoclaving process, the autoclave pallets are taken off the autoclave carriage with the portal unit and transported to the third tilting table. Portal unit moves the whole packing of hardened blocks from the autoclave carriage to the tilting table. In the next step, the second package of blocks is put on the first one and tilting table tilts both by 90 degrees onto the wooden pallets. Wooden pallets with blocks move one by one to the packing station, where AAC blocks are packed into the stretch foil. Packed AAC blocks are transported with a forklift truck to the warehouse. Autoclaved aerated concrete blocks manufactured with equipment Wkb Systems GmbH meet all the European quality requirements.